Let me introduce Kailasa in few words. Listen. Hinduism had 56 nations. Pandya, Chola, Kannada, Telunga, Gurjara, Surangi, Kashi, Gandhara, Nepal, Cambodia, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Lankapuri, 56 nations, Aganda Bharat. From Afghanistan, the present day Afghanistan, Gandhar, that is Gandhara, from where Gandhari and Saguni came, and this side Nepal, from Nepal, Sita Pirati, Mother Sita came. Gadaram of Malaysia, Gandhara of Afghanistan. We had 56 nations. All the currencies we used in 56 Hindu nations and all the economic policies we used in those 56 nations the internal economic policies and economic policies for external trade, currency exchange. These 56 nations, economic policies, economic strategies and currencies, everything I am trying to revive and make them legitimate, functional system. Please understand. As I said many times, Hinduism needs revivers, not reformers. I am not reformer, I am reviver. Understand? I am not reformer, I am reviver. So, this 56 Hindu nations, whatever currencies we had and whatever policies we had and whatever strategies we had, last 2 years we worked and I have a beautiful map of Akhanda Bharat, all the 56 Hindu nations. You can see historically we had all these 56 nations as Hindu nations. So, all the currencies which was used in those 56 nations, all the economic policies and strategies, last 2 years we worked, studied more than 100 books. 8 sannyasis helped me to study, collect, organize. With this, we evolved economic strategies, policies, currency designs. Everything is ready. Everything is ready to be launched. In Hinduism, gold is not only valuable, it is sacred. Please understand. Gold is given a religious sacred status in Hinduism. So, all currencies will be printed only in pure gold. All currencies will be in pure gold. 1 tola is 1 kasu. In Sanskrit, the Kailasa currency will be called as Swarna Mudra or Swarna Pushpa. In English, it will be called as Kailasian dollar. In Tamil, it will be called as Porkasu. 1 tola gold. In the modern day measurement, if you want to know, it will be almost like 11 point some grams. 1 tola gold will be called as 1 Swarna Mudra, 1 Porkasu, 1 Kailasian dollar. By its own weight and possession, it will have value. 1 tola gold is 11.66 grams gold as per modern day grams measurement. So, we have Kal Kasu, Arak Kasu, 1 Porkasu, 2 காசு, 3 காசு, 4 காசு, 5 காசு, 10 காசு. Those are the units in which the coins are ready. Understand? In Sanskrit, it will be called as Swarna Mudra or Swarna Pushpa. In English, it will be called as Kailasian dollar. In Tamil, it will be called as Porkasu. All the printing, in a way I should say word minting, everything is done, everything is ready. On Vinayak Chaturthi day, I will be introducing, and the compilation of the policies are also done. It will all be released. I am just trying to revive and make the Hindu coins, currencies, economic systems, policies, strategies legitimate and functional system. See, Hinduism needs revivers, not reformers. I want everything to be revived as it was. So last 2 years, thanks to my team, which worked tirelessly, sincerely, collecting large amount of data from the internet, how the coins looked in Kiradi, how the coins looked in Chola kingdom, how the coins looked in Surangi kingdom, how the coins looked in the Indus civilization, how the coins looked in Ganges civilization. Large amount of data is available in the internet. Thanks to all those archaeologists, researchers who uploaded the information in the internet and who published books, we could get all that knowledge and organize it, and we try to revive them as close as possible. As close as possible. All currencies of Kailasa will be in gold, only gold, because gold is not just precious. In Hindu tradition, it is sacred. Gold is sacred. So, on Ganesh Chaturthi, with the grace of Ganapati, Paramashiva, Lakshmi, Venkateshwara Swami, Kubera, Swarnagarshana Bhairava, with all their grace, revealing and releasing, it will be more like a ritualistic inauguration, making it into functional may happen very soon. And I have lots of books which we studied, the list of books, we are acknowledging all of them. We are making the long list of actually books and other research articles, references, all put together, it comes to something like a 300, more than 360, 100 books, more than 100 books and other articles we collected and read from the internet and various other books and sources. Around, we are acknowledging everyone. We are thanking everyone. We made a document thanking all of them. And the exact, as close as possible to those coin models, to those format, we try to revive. So I thank everyone supported me intellectually, sharing your time. Many people who shared treasure, many people shared talent. I thank every one of you. And also Hinduism considers grain as one of the wealth. So the grains will be used for better system. The Kailasa will have the better system also. And one more important thing, the economic policies of Kailasa Reserve Bank will be following Vedas and Agamas. For example, a Brahmana Varana person, a Vaidika or a Shivacharya or Bhattacharya or Dikshit, who is practicing Brahmana by the lifestyle, not just by birth, by lifestyle, Varna. Brahmana by Varna, those Brahmins, all the Sandhya Vandana they do, all the Shiva Puja they do, all the temple worship they do, Parartha Puja or Atmartha Puja or all the other Anushtanas they do, they get Punya, which is cosmic currency, with which they can go to Swargaloka, Vaikunta, Kailasa, Tapoloka and live. They also get country currency like Swarna Mudra, Purkasu, Kailasian dollar to run their day-to-day life. So, Kailasa is going to follow the same economic principles. They are practicing. Varna Brahmanas can encash their lifestyle, spiritual, religious practices and teaching. Not only they get punya, cosmic currency, they get country currency also. And one more thing, they don't need to give their cosmic currency to receive country currency. No, they get both. Cosmic currency they can enjoy by going to Devaloka or Swargaloka or Vaikunta or Kailasa, wherever they want. Country currency they can withdraw, they can receive from Kailasa government, Reserve Bank of Kailasa, to run their day-to-day life. It will be in various levels in the form of grains, precious gems, precious metal. That precious metal is the kasus. And the Kailasa, all the Kailasa currency will be gold, as I said, because the Vedas give gold not just a status of precious, status of sacred. Paramashiva himself is worshipped as Hiranya Rupaya, Hiranya Varanam. Mahalakshmi is called as Hiranya Varanam. And Paramashiva is called as Hiranya Rupaya. So, Swarna is given status of sacred in Hindu tradition. So, all coins will be, currencies will be in Swarna. Hinduism also declares many other things as Dana, wealth. All those will get a legitimate status of wealth. Grain, I'll read out, and the day of release, I'll give all the details. So, each one Swarna Mudra, one Purkas, one Kailashian dollar, we have made in some 25 designs. By its weight, it will be worthy. The designs, we made it to revive all kinds of coins which was there in all the 56 Hindu nations. Some Hindu Desha had Ganesha coin, some had Nandi, some had Shiva, some had Vishnu. So, we wanted to revive all sampradayas. So, in one Purkasu itself, in one Purkasu, one Kailashian dollar, one Swarna Mudra, we are not making just one type, we are making some 25-30 type, one Swarna Mudra. Same way, two Swarna Mudra will have some another 30-40 type. And Kalkas, the quarter, will have some 10-20 type. This is the way we have worked. The definition of Dana in Hindu tradition, Dravyam, Viddam, Swabhateyam, Riktam, Ruktam, Dhanam, Vasu, Hiranyam, Dravinam, Dyumnam, Artharai, Vibhava, Abhi. Means the synonyms of the word Dana. Dravyam, material, Vittam, currency, Swabhateyam, owned, earned property, Riktam, inherited property, Ruktam, possession, Dhanam, money, Vasu, land, Hiranyam, gold, Dravinam, movable property, Dyumnam, power and strength, Artha, business concern, knowledge, strategies, and the work you do, Rai, riches, Vibhava, magnanimity, omnipresence, and power. Okay, now, the methods through which people can earn currencies are detailed way described. Paramashiva declares food has to be completely freely available for the whole nation. So we are going to follow the same procedure. Food, knowledge. See, not only the guru should not charge the student, if guru does not have money to feed the students, you see, in Hindu tradition, the student, not only you can't charge the student has to be given food, given all the things needed, and given education. Intention to study is worshipped in Hindu tradition. So if a child has an intention to study, he becomes a brahmachari. So from that moment, the Hindu society is responsible for giving food, shelter, education, everything needed for that brahmachari. The guru is responsible for providing everything to a brahmachari who want to study. If guru does not have, if guru is not wealthy enough, he has to go for bhiksha. He is allowed to beg. And brahmacharis are also allowed to beg. You can beg, but guru is bound to provide everything to the brahmacharis and give education. We are going to be following the same policy. Not only knowledge is free, all your survival needs during your study period also is free. And we are going to be following the same principles. My vision is to provide all these services to all the 2 billion Hindus all over the world. More than 1.2 billion born Hindus and around 800 million, 0.8 million practicing Hindus are there all over the world. So I feel my personal vision is to provide these services to all the 2 billion people all over the world. Let's see, with the grace of Paramashiva, we will be able to do it. Same way, in Hindu tradition, doctors are paid not based on you falling sick, but based on your income. Whole village gives share from the harvest to the doctor. Doctor makes sure the whole village is healthy. This is called healthy medical industry. See, only by you falling sick, doctor is going to gain money. How do you expect doctor should be praying for your health? If the policies are impractical, why are you demanding extreme moral standards from doctors? Tell me. Policies should be practical. If policies are impractical and constantly blaming doctors, accusing doctors, come on, that's impractical, wrong. Policy should be right. When doctor knows the village's health, my county's health, my taluk's health, my area's health is going to make me more wealthy, he will do research on your diet, he will support you in every level to be healthy, because your health makes him wealthy. Not your sickness. Your body is not income source for him. Your active life is income source for him. Understand the shift. This is Hindu economic policies. So, the Kailasa will have the same policies. In Kailasa, we will be practicing these same policies. So, all the economic policies are up. It runs more than 300 pages. And also, here I give an open request. Anybody who has knowledge in Hindu economic principles, maybe from Shastras or the modern day application of Shastras, in any form you want to support us, like sending some old books or sharing your thoughts and ideas, we humbly welcome you, and with gratitude we will accept your knowledge input, your knowledge support. Please contact at kailasa.org. You can send your suggestions, knowledge inputs to this mail ID, acknowledging your contribution with your name. We will add this into our economic policies. We only request you to be true to the Hindu scriptures, Vedas and Agamas, Veda, Agama, Purana, Itihasa. These are what we consider as authentic Hindu scriptures. And of course, the Apta Pramanas, like from the scriptures, whatever is derived, you can refer Apta Pramanas also. We will be happy to receive any knowledge input to add into our policies. It is just a simple, humble, devoted service to Paramashiva, Veda Mata, to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma.